GODKILLER Peace and Death is an actual play of divine tragedy, made using the game GODKILLER First Blood by Connie Chang. General content warnings include discussions surrounding death, grief and loss, fantasy violence, imperialism, war, religious themes, and Deicide. A full list of cast and crew as well as other relevant links can be found in the show notes. Viewer discretion is advised.
The armies of Adamus have not marched since the Great Devouring, since the gods who survived this bloody civil war came to an accord and signed their treaty. But now the terms of the agreement have been broken. Death begets war, and war begets death. Now, after centuries of slumber, soldiers of flame and ash rise up once again. They ride into battle on the backs of nightmares and burn the land in their wake. Even as you race away from Brookshire in Lyra's carriage, you can hear their hoofbeats pounding the ground as they give chase. The tower guards have passing skill with their blades, but the shadows of war cut them down as if they are children playing with wooden sticks. Your mother leans on you, face contorted in pain. You hear the sucking of air through her teeth, see the sweat on her brow as she refuses to succumb. Have you learned to fear death yet, Orchid?
I fear death for others. I see my mother writhing in pain. I am afraid of how much worse it could possibly get. I don't know if I have truly acknowledged or accepted it as a possibility for myself. Maybe it's best I don't think about it, especially with what seems to be on the horizon for me. But I fear it for others. I know that there are people all around this world finally succumbing to something that we thought was gone. It had been gone, and now is returning, and none of us are prepared.
The carriage rattles and bounces on this rough country road. You can see through one of the windows there is a rider clad in Archaea's blue next to you, escorting you to safety. And then, in an instant, a spear of black flame flies through the air and pierces them. But they don't stop riding. The flames engulf their body as their eyes burn from within. Their face contorts first into fear, then into pain, then into rage. As their horse chars black and its mane becomes fire and its whinny becomes a roar. As the flames of war overtake this guard, and they turn and look at you through the window of the carriage.
Upon seeing this happen, I think my first instinct is, gosh, what do I do? Is this an open-topped carriage, or is this like a hooded one?
It is closed in.
Okay, gotcha.
There are two seats facing each other, and there is a door with a window on either side. But it is like a little cabin, basically.
Okay. What do I do from in here?
You will need to decide quickly, because this flaming soldier is now taking the spear that impaled him and pulling it out from his chest.
At this point, I have recognized that there is something new inside of me, something strange and powerful that feels reminiscent to that of Tritus, something imparted to me. And I think, remembering back to my incident with Tritus, I'm going to try to wield this power. If this is a power over the domain of desire, then can I use it to take us to a place that I desire to be?
You can try.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do then.
So when you wield a power to do something only a god can, you can roll 2d6, add 1 for each true statement. You've done this specific act before? Never.
Nope.
If you're desperate for this to work, you can mark 1 strain for an extra d6.
I'll mark a strain for that, yeah.
You are still in Tritus's domain, so you can get +1 on this.
Ooh, okay, all right.
2d6 plus 2.
All right, 2d6. Oh, baby. I forgot overkill is a thing in this game. So that's a 10 plus 2. So 12.
Okay, so you will do it. And then I will describe how you drain, terrify, or wreck what's around you. Yeah, as you are trying to channel this power, for the first time since you've met her, Lyra is panicked. Even when the carriage first pulled up to let you in, she seemed like surprised, but not afraid. I think in this moment, as her guards are like dropping like flies, she yells over the sound of battle, "We need to get somewhere. This is Tritus' domain, but Tritus is dead. So Adamus has pretty much free reign of the place now that there's no god to protect it. We need to get somewhere still under a god's protection."
And I think the image that conjures in my mind is that of my mentor, Nanalie, who doesn't live in Tritus' domain, lives on the outskirts of some god's domain. I'm not sure which, but it is not here. So I conjure in my mind the forest valley nestled away on the outskirts of a village, like a cottage and like a workspace. It's got a nice open space for their forge. It's a perfect place for someone such as them to live. Can chop down as much wood as they like to use for their various crafts. Is more importantly not here.
You think about how badly you want to be away from here, and not only that, how badly you want to be somewhere familiar, somewhere safe. You've only ever been to Nanalie's workshop twice, maybe 3 times, but it is comfort, it is safety, it is a way. And in a blink, you no longer feel the rattling of the road beneath the carriage. You no longer hear the sounds of battle and bloodshed. As the soldier next to you is drawing back the spear to throw it through the window of the carriage, suddenly you don't see them anymore. You see open blue sky, and then you're falling. You can hold onto the handles, hold onto the seats. You're not falling for long. There is a thunderous crash. And then there is just a calm, quiet knock on the carriage door. And as Lyra opens it, you see Nanalie, this tall, androgynous figure with this lean, wiry muscle, wearing blacksmith's gloves and an apron. And Nanalie says, "I know I said that you were welcome anytime, but I thought you'd use the door and not the roof."
I'm so sorry. Hi.
Hi. What the fuck?
I'm so sorry. There's so much. We were being chased and we needed to get out there, and this was the first place I thought of. I was not trying to hit your roof or land on your roof or wherever we are on your roof.
You are in the middle of Nanalie's workshop. There is sunlight streaming in from a hole in the roof that the carriage apparently fell through.
Oh God, Nanalie, I'm so sorry. I can help you fix this.
No, ignore that. I feel like there are more pressing issues.
Yes. And in that moment, I think I remember my mom, and I turned to check on her.
She is still in pain. She is still holding on to you, but her condition's not getting any worse.
Okay. We were being chased by soldiers of Adamus. They attacked our village. Right. This is Lyra, by the way, prophetess of Archaea.
She waves.
I'm so sorry about the workshop.
It's fine. I can fix the workshop.
I can help.
It's fine. Let's get you all down from there. And he reaches up to help you and your mom out of the carriage. And then, actually, he doesn't have to help Lyra because her bodyguard, Conrad, is still here. It looks like the horses got left behind, so it is just the 4 of you.
Oh, tragic.
It's not like they would be able to pull this carriage anymore anyway. It's pretty much splintered.
More of like, it sucks for them that they got trapped there with a demon horse guy.
Well, I mean, the soldiers aren't after horses, so now that they don't have to pull you, maybe they get away safely.
Fair.
That's a comforting thought for Orchid. Maybe the horses got away safe.
Let's hope.
Nanalie says, if you want to take your mother to the guest room, it's through there.
Thank you. And yeah, I help my mom to the guest room.
Once she's sitting down, I think she lies down because the strain of running and the very rough ride, it's very hard on her. She says, that bag, get that bag.
Yeah, and I do.
Just check the main pocket.
I open it up.
And you see what looks like a jewelry box. And inside of that jewelry box is a very plain, very simple wooden hourglass affixed to an ordinary piece of cord.
Does it feel familiar?
I think when you touch it, there is just like static. It's like you get a little shock. But then when you touch it for a second time, once that initial jolt is gone, it is cool and pleasant to the touch.
I grab it, I bring it to her.
You need to keep that safe. You need to keep it away. Just keep it away from anybody who would try to take it.
What is it?
It's your mother's, and you have to swear you'll never let it out of your sight.
I can do that, Mom. And I put it over my head, and I kind of tuck it under my shirt so it's not, like, obvious.
Yeah, it is oddly cold against your skin, but in a way that is not painful or uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Like the cool relief of ice water on a hot day.
Can I get you anything? Water, tea? I can ask Nanalie if he has anything to might help.
I'll be okay. I just need a minute.
Okay. I won't be too far if you need anything. Just let me know, okay?
The door to the guest room opens and then closes behind you. You hear Lyra say, Orchid, do you know where you brought us?
Yeah, this is my friend Nanalie's workshop. Home.
You keep using that name. Did he tell you to call him that?
Yes? That's his name, I would guess. That's what he told me.
Okay. Orchid, we're in the artist's workshop.
Is that a name I'm familiar with?
You can roll to recognize the signs of a god.
Okay. I am in or near their domain. Yes. Am I familiar with their gospel?
Relatively, yeah.
Yeah, because they are my mentor, so okay. Would it be bad if I didn't know?
It wouldn't be that serious if you didn't know.
Okay. So +2. That is a 4 and a 5. That's a 9 plus 2 is 11. Why can't these dice roll this high for literally anything else?
The artist, also known as the god of crafts and construction, is an enigmatic god. Not because they are intentionally cryptic the way that Archaea is, but because they just don't really care that much about temples or worship. They don't really tell people to do any particular thing for them. Honestly, a lot of people aren't even sure the artist is a god. There are rumors, there's speculation that maybe the artist is just like a folk legend that people came up with some years ago. But those who live in the artist's domain receive the same protections as anybody who lives under a god. The same way that Adamus could never encroach on you when Tritus was alive. Living near the artist's holy places does offer similar protection.
Okay.
So here's the thing. On an 11, you do realize your divinity is trespassing.
Mm-hmm.
When you killed Tritus and when you unleashed your divinity, you broke through space. You warped perspective and scale in a way that should not have been possible. And in channeling Tritus's power, you have done it again. You have crashed your carriage into the domain of a god. not just a temple like Tritus's temple, into their home. And I don't think you understand what that means or what the implications of that are, but Lyra certainly seems to.
Mm-hmm.
The artist's workshop is a mythical place you shouldn't even be able to find unless you are invited. It is somewhere that only exists as long as the artist wills it to exist. And by the time you and Lyra make it back into the main room of the workshop, and you see that the hole in the ceiling is gone. Not repaired, but as if there was never any damage to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
You see the splintered, destroyed carriage is back on 4 wheels, and actually looks better than it looked the first time you got in it.
Huh. You know, I always did think that he was maybe a little too good at fixing things, I guess. Okay, so if not only is it God, then maybe he can help us, right?
If he wanted to, I think that he could.
I mean, if Adamus is going around, like, starting wars in other people's territories...
Orchid, you started that war.
How did I didn't start anything.
The gods have a treaty. They have a balance. Killing one of them violates it.
I didn't even know I could do that. Also, I'm not a god, so what does it matter what I do?
And Nanalie speaks up, and you get that familiar feeling of someone talking in just a normal level tone, and you hearing it as if it is being whispered to you. It doesn't really matter what your intentions were. The consequences are the same.
Okay, but why do the gods' laws apply to me?
Nanalie turns from their workbench to look at you from across the room and says, "That is an excellent question, and one that I think you might know the answer to, because a mortal shouldn't be able to kill a god."
I mean, so what about the child of a god?
Hello everybody, my name is Kendrick or Kendo, whichever you prefer, your host and creator of Tales Yet Told. Oh, to be surrounded by the divine all your life without ever feeling its presence. Let's hope that the blessings of divinity allow Orchid a way out of this godly conflict and back into a normal life. If the gods will it, that is. But before I lay thee back into the cradle of our story, let's do some housekeeping. If you don't already follow us online, but you want to keep up with what we're doing, you can find us at Tales Yet Told on Instagram, Threads, and Tumblr, at Tales Yet Told on Blue Sky, and you can always find us at our website, talesyettold.com. At this point in our story, I'm sure you have some thoughts about the show, be them positive or negative. Regardless of which it is, I want to ask you to let someone in your life know about how you feel about Tales Yet Told. You can do this by posting about us online, leaving a review on your podcatcher of choice, or even just messaging in your group chat about how much you love or hate us. Talking to others about the art that fills us is an important part of the process of engaging with that art. It helps us process our own feelings, allows us to make connections we haven't already made, and has the bonus of helping expand the reach of the artists you want to support. It's a win-win-win scenario, and what can be better than that? And lastly, if you're looking to freshen up your wardrobe, you can grab some of our merch at merchyetsold.shop. And we will sweeten the deal a bit by letting you get 10% off your order by using the promo code ORCHID when you check out. Well, that's enough about all that. I'll see you cool cats next time. But stick around because I've still got a trailer for another actual play show that I think you're going to love. This one comes from our friends over at Goblets and Gaze in their series, Tyrant of the Dark Star.
It was nearly 100 years ago when the Tyrant arrived and plunged the world of Noxlight into an eternal eclipse. Chaos and monsters from another world threatened to overrun the lands, but people banded together and survived. All with the hope of maybe seeing the sun again. In the city of Malakot, a group finds themselves thrown together by fate. For once in their lives, they might have a real chance to make a difference. They will have to learn to work and trust each other to survive. A tall order for some more than others. First, they must escape Cold Iron Prison, out into the city beset by ghoul fever. No one ever said this was easy. Featuring Aki as Gravewing the Monk.
Let's just say they're smart to cuff me. Do you complain often?
Alyssa as Laith Idrisi the Rogue.
What an interesting place for a reunion. I'm surprised that they sent you to prison instead of just killing you there, honestly.
Dusty as Urido the Blood Hunter.
No, you do not need to talk to everyone that comes in. Oh, sorry. Are you a criminal?
Ferris as Alouette Valère the Thaumaturge.
What else are we going to do? Here we are in a prison cell. I am being polite.
Sparlock as Alistair Whiskerfield the Investigator.
These people, they're working with them. I heard you weren't you eating a corpse the other day?
Tick Out as Niall the Sorcerer.
But they just kind of come in, look at you two, and decide that they really don't want to get involved with criminals at this point, so they're just going to sit in the corner.
Niall, in the back of your head, you hear,
"Oh God, I'm so hungry. Eat them, please."
and Aubrey as the GM. And then the guard, before they leave, says, "Enjoy your last night." And if I'm not mistaken, last night means that they plan to kill us tomorrow. Join us every Wednesday for a new episode of Tyrant of the Dark Star. And don't let the light die.
Jacket and boots the same color, or jacket and... Oh, hey! Didn't hear you come in. I was just designing one of my characters in Hero Forge. What's Hero Forge, you ask? Hero Forge is an online character creator that gives you the power to turn your imagination into reality. Hero Forge offers full customizable tabletop miniatures with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from, like hairstyles, clothing options, and equipment. And after you're done designing your hero, you can have them made in a variety of materials, including bronze, color plastic, or even a color standee if that's your vibe. Then get it sent straight to your door, all from within your browser. But if you're a DIY kind of person, then Hero Forge also offers downloadable model files so that you can 3D print your design at home. Just head on over to heroforge.com to start designing your custom miniature today, and check back often because new content is added every week. Now, can you get out of here? I gotta finish making this Eagle Man.
Got her. Here we go!
Oh my God! He threw the chair.
He threw the chair.
And now he's getting it back because you're gonna have to sit.
We are in Casey's home. That was Casey's actual chair.
You look out of the window and you see Toyota Previa upside down on fire.
Oh my God.
But it's not nearby any trees or anything, so it's fine.
On fire.
Oh, it's fine. It's not fine to me, GM. Jesus Christ, that's my fucking car. Dynamite headbutt.
He screams as he headbutts this man.
Honestly, his left jaundiced eyeball pops out of his head.
Oh, and if you were to take a picture the second their two heads were touching, it might have been an intimate, tender scene between friends or lovers. But if you were to take a picture at any other second, It is just absolutely horrifying.
For some men, violence is a form of intimacy, which is so sad.
That is
Maybe
so
for this
sad.
man. But anyway. Boom! Smashed in the head!
Bodhi has a pocket full of one oversized precious moment angel that has a real strange face.
Oh, I thought that was your dick.
Oh! It was his dick. There's a hole in his pocket, and his penis, which does resemble a precious moment angel with a strange face.
Oh, it's a strange face, but it actually looks like a pretty normal penis head.
And that's what we call facts.
And he looks back and he says one last threatening phrase, pointing into the bar.
I'm gonna... And Violet shoots him in the head.
You see this guy's ear get blown off, flying off his head. Ah!
Bye-bye.
And then at this point, Scratch pops up like a mummy.
Ah, mummy! Headbutt! Dynamite headbutt!
Something is rising, piecing itself together from the bodies and viscera around it. Its black wings spread, and it looks back at you with red, wet eyes.
Got her.
What about the child of a god?
Nanalie sort of nods slowly, as if all of the puzzle pieces are falling into place, as if everything is suddenly starting to make sense.
I think my mom, or my other mom, was the goddess of death. And I think the disappearance of death from our world may have been caused partially because of me, or at least my existence.
No, not because of you, but because your mother made a very irresponsible choice. You said she was the god of death. That's inaccurate. She is the god of death and of hope. And she has been derelict in her duties. So, where is she?
I don't know. My mom said that she was taken, that he came and took her. I don't think my mom told me who it was, or I don't even know if she knew specifically who it was. Did she?
I think she just said,
that a man came, right?
The man with a sword.
Yeah. Some man with a sword tried to attack my mom, the one in the other room, and my godparent stopped them. But the man with the sword took her away.
You're a smart girl, Orchid. Come on, context clues.
Is there something I'm missing? Who's the guy with the sword?
If your mother was a god, then who would be able to make her do anything but another god?
Okay, so a god with a sword. Adamus?
Most likely. There's no other god of conquest still living.
Why would...
What's the name she goes by now? Iris?
Yes, Iris. Iris Lullaby.
Iris broke a rule. A very foundational rule. That gods do not have children with mortals. If Adamus discovered this fact, it would have been his responsibility to bring that information to us. And yet he chose to act alone in violence. I must assume motivated by some selfish greed. There is still information that we are missing, but with the information we have, Adamus is your enemy, your mother likely his captive. What do you want to do about it?
I mean, I've got to stop him, right? His soldiers are burning my home. They're not going to stop, right? Eventually they'll make their way here and everywhere else. I mean, if this treaty is broken, right, because I accidentally killed Tritus, then there's no stopping him from going after everyone, right?
You did not accidentally kill Tritus.
I didn't know I could.
But you tried.
I mean, he was a jackass.
I won't disagree, but that doesn't change your actions.
Whatever. I'm sorry that I didn't follow the rules that I didn't know exist because I didn't know that they pertained to me. I'm sorry I got mad that some piece of shit thinks that he was better than all of us and was going to let us starve and die. I'm sorry that upset me. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Okay?
Orchid, I want to be clear. I'm not speaking from a place of judgment. I'm merely speaking from a place of fact. I think Tritus was a tyrant and a blowhard, and any suffering you dealt to him was likely deserved. But the situation we are currently in is that Adamus now has free reign over all of Tritus's territories, because who would stop him? Not Archaea, and certainly not me. We are not gods of bloodshed. Iris could, were she not in whatever peril she currently finds herself. So that leaves you. How do you plan to stop Adamus?
I mean, is there any other way than the same way I stopped Tritus?
I don't have an answer to that question. Perhaps you could find a way, but I don't know what it is.
Maybe if I find my mother, I could, save her, release her from whatever captivity she's in, and maybe she can do something about it. But how would I find her?
Well, Adamus would likely want to keep her in a place where no other god could stumble onto her, somewhere close to himself, likely in the capital.
Okay.
You could try to travel there. You could try to infiltrate his stronghold. I don't know how you would, but you seem to have a knack for getting into places. their eyes just like flash up to the ceiling.
When I killed Tritus, I think I absorbed some of his power, but I don't really understand it or what it does. I guess it can take me places, show me places. Maybe it can show me where she is. And if it can't take me there, I at least know where to go.
I can't help you much in learning what Tritus's specific powers do, but divinity is not a tool. It is a material. You just have to learn the right technique to mold it into the shape that you want.
So I just have to figure out what that material is, and then I can decide from there how to use it?
More or less. It is infinitely more complicated than that, but we don't have time for long-winded explanations.
Understood.
At this point, Lyra chimes in and says, well, if you're going into Adamus' stronghold, surely the god of craft could furnish you with some weapons or perhaps something to fight.
I don't really know how to use a weapon. Something would be better than nothing, I guess.
I will not. I don't create things made to hurt people.
That's fair and understandable. Do you know where I could get something, though?
I suppose you could try finding your mother's weapon. She had a tendency to leave it around. This would be a good field test for your power.
I guess what I did before, I just imagined. So I will imagine something that I want. A cool weapon. And I think I just stare at my hands for a bit. All right. Cool weapon.
All right. You're trying to do something only a god can. You have not done this specific act before. Are you desperate for it to work?
I don't think so. I'm desperate in a way of man, it would be really great if this could work because it would mean I don't have to try something else.
I mean, are you desperate enough to mark one's train?
I don't think in this moment.
Fair enough. You're no longer in Tritus's domain.
Yeah, no, I'm not. So just flat 2d6. Well, that's a 2.
Okay. Your power sputters and your enemy seize on your weakness. You can choose to suffer 2 strain to achieve the full effect before they can react.
Enemy seize on my weakness? That sounds so interesting. And I have no idea what it would mean for this moment, but I'm kind of interested in what you would come up with. So, no, I'm not going to spend that 2 strain.
You just want a cool weapon, right?
Yeah, that's all I asked for.
I mean, that flaming spear, that was kind of a cool weapon.
Oh no. Oh no, not this.
That was the last weapon you saw before you came here, so it's kind of just stuck in your head. The burning spear appears in your hands, the flames scorching your palms.
I immediately drop it.
Nanalie just sighs and goes, well, that's bad.
I mean, it worked. I got a cool spear I can't touch.
A hand rises up from the floor. This charred, smoky hand grips the shaft of the spear as it begins to drag itself up out of the ground. As the face rises up, for a split second, you see the pain, terrified eyes of Jareth Turner before its face is consumed in flame. As a soldier of Adamus stands before you, spear at the ready, and Nanalie says, well, you should take care of that.
Oh god. My immediate instinct is to look around and see if there's anything I could use to fight. Even a chair would do.
There's chairs, there's a stool, there's furniture. I mean, the hammer might be useful.
I'll go for the hammer.
Yeah, there's a hammer sitting on an anvil, just like a one-handed hammer you would use in combination with tongs.
Yeah.
And you are expecting it to be heavy, but you go to pick it up. Orc is right-handed, right?
Mm-hmm.
You pick it up, and your entire body leans to the right from the weight of it.
Oh. I'm gonna turn back to this thing, trying to get a sense of how I'm going to need to hold myself to be able to actually swing this properly. I guess I'm going to be a little reactionary here and wait. Whatever it's going to go for, I'm going to try to dodge it and counter it. I'll let it make the first move and maybe it'll make a mistake.
Okay. I'm still going to call this inflicting violence because you do want to attack.
Yeah, for sure.
They wish you harm, for sure. Is it personal?
I don't think it's personal. I mean, it's personal in that, like, I don't want to die. I have no personal grudge against this creature.
Well, it did steal the face of your...
It did steal Jareth's face. So actually, yeah, that is a little personal. Yeah.
Are you desperate?
No one else here seems to be able or willing to fight. My mom is also in the other room, so I am desperate to make this as quick as possible.
Conrad has been quiet. He has drawn his sword.
Oh, thank God, Conrad.
But he's basically just standing in between the thing and Lyra.
Yeah, you're gonna do your one thing, Conrad. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Conrad, for letting me do a one-on-one anime fight with the thing that stole Jareth's face. So yeah, I'll say I'm still desperate, though. I am kind of desperate to prove to myself that I'm ready for this undertaking. If I can't take this thing out, I have no idea how I'm going to be able to fight or deal with Adamus.
Okay.
2d6 plus 3. 4 plus 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8.
8, that's wonderful, because that's not an overkill.
That's not an overkill.
So this, it feels fair to say undead. The flames of war basically animating a corpse to fight you. So as this undead soldier charges at you with its spear, you dodge to one side at the last second, and with all of your momentum, swing this hammer, crash it into the side of its head. Because you got an 8, exactly, and also because you are swinging a god's hammer, I'm gonna say that the soldier immediately crumbles to the ground and turns to ash, spear and all.
I think there's like a moment where I'm just kind of like processing that, just a quick pause, and then I turn back to everyone. I go, well, hey, that turned out all right, if I do say so myself.
I'd say that was satisfactory.
I know you said you don't make things that hurt people, but this is one hell of a hammer. As I walk back over and place it back on his anvil.
I don't make anything that is designed to hurt people. But that is the thing about mortals and gods alike. They have a great deal of skill at twisting things towards violence.
Yeah. So, I can summon things. Not always good things. I don't think I'm going to try that again. Do you know any, like, weapon crafters? I mean, you are the artiste, god of craftsmanship. So, I mean, do you know a blacksmith?
I know every blacksmith.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've only really just started like interacting knowingly with gods recently, so I'm sorry if there's supposed to be a certain candor or way that I'm supposed to be talking with you.
I don't really have the patience for the pomp and circumstance, so this is fine.
All right, that works for me. Is there a blacksmith or craftsman, weaponsmith, whatever, that would be able to make something able to kill a god?
No.
Fair enough.
But just to defend yourself, I'm sure there will be no shortage of weapons for you to choose from in the city of Adamants, if that is your destination.
It seems like the most likely place that he would take my mom.
Nanalie walks over to one of the walls of the workshop and pushes his hand against it. And as they push, the entire wall swings out and up as if it's on hinges. And once the door is raised up, they whistle, and 2 metal horses essentially trot around to the opening and over to your carriage. You can't tell if they are like clockwork or if they are mechanical, but they are entirely made of metal from head to hoof. They're like this bronzy, almost like a shiny copper that like reflects sunlight.
Wow. Thank you.
They'll be able to take you faster than any living horses, so...
It's amazing. I'm just a little bit of a loss for words. Thank you. I appreciate this so much. You've done honestly more than you didn't have to do this, but I appreciate it.
I do have to. Because if Adamus is responsible for Iris going missing, then it is our responsibility to do something about it. So you will be helpful, Archaea. Nanalie is sort of just speaking at air when he says that.
Okay. So, do you mind if my mother stays here for a while?
Yes, she can stay until you return.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I just don't think she would last the journey.
It seems her injuries are getting worse.
I mean, if it is who we think it is who attacked her, and that being Adamus, the god of war and conquest and peace or whatever, you know, it makes sense why it never healed, I guess.
Indeed.
Adamus probably knows we're here now because of the skeleton thing, and for that I'm sorry.
It's fine. He won't attack directly. Not yet.
I'm gonna check in on my mom one last time before I head off.
You go back into the guest room. What do you want to say?
I'm gonna go find Mom, and I'm gonna make Adamus pay for what he did to the village, to Mom, to her. I'm gonna try to make things right.
Chrysanthemum's eyes are closed. You aren't certain that she heard you, but you feel the chill of the hourglass against your skin, and you hope your words offer her comfort. As you go back into the main room, you see Conrad helping Lyra into the carriage. As he turns to you and says, "You ready?"
I'm ready.
This might be a one-way trip.
Well, you know, before a couple of days ago, I never really thought about the possibility of dying. I'm not going to start now.
Fair enough. Conrad climbs into the carriage, holds the door open for you.
And I climb in.
Nanalie goes and places a hand on the door and says, "It seems customary that I give you some words of advice or encouragement. At this point, you already know what has to be done, and you have the ability to do it. So all I will say is, make choices you won't regret."
I'll do my best. Now, to Adamants.
They nod. They close the door of the carriage, and the mechanical horses take you away.
This is a many-sided podcast.